make yourself comfortable wherever you feel most comfortable. And then I'll just kind of...
I'm standing so I can see it better.
Okay, perfect. Okay, now when I go through this, I'm going to go over everything. Wait a minute, are we on?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good.
We got to make sure she's taping this.
Okay.
Listen, see, taping, videoing it. They don't tape anymore.
We are going to a movie or something.
Maybe, maybe.
Hollywood?
Could be Hollywood. I don't think I'm allowed to go with you, but you can send the film there if you want. Basically, I'm going to go over the major stuff first, which means I'm going to explain what everything is. And then anything minor that I collected while I went through will be in your report for you to review. Okay? The roof, everybody always asks me about the roof. So they want to know, is it leaking? Is it not leaking? It's not leaking. There's no evidence that it's leaked previously at all. It's 10 years old. Okay, so that means it's probably got about 6 to 8 years, 5 to 7 years before you have to start thinking about replacing it. At that point in time, it could be hit or miss, you don't know. But right now, you got plenty of life left. I don't really have any major repairs for the roof, but minor maintenance stuff, and those tips I will give you in the report. Okay. The construction of the building is concrete block all the way around, and it's pretty strong. There's no real evidence of a structural problem. There's a couple of cracks here and there, but those are normal. If you walk around most of these buildings in Central Florida with stucco or block, you see the little cracks. As long as they're little, they're within tolerance, we don't worry about them much. We just say, let's seal them up so water can't get in, and then let's pay attention to them and see if anything's different next year or the year after. So there's nothing abnormal here. The plumbing checked out pretty well too. I do have one leak that I'm going to recommend gets repaired as fast as you can or as soon as you can. It's a small one, but an important one. There's a main water valve. That's the valve where you would turn your water off at the side of the building. It's on the right side of the garage outside, and there's a little leak where the PVC joint is. Okay, so yeah, you don't want that to keep leaking.
Of course not.
So we want to get that repaired.
It starts small and gets bigger and bigger.
It starts smaller and gets bigger and bigger. That's like any problem in life, right?
Yeah.
The longer you let it go, the worse you get. But this one, fortunately, it's small enough that it's not a big issue, but we want you to take care of it sooner rather than later so we don't have a big issue. The rest of the plumbing checked out very well. No issues. Now on the air condition is cooling and it's heating, it's doing what it's supposed to. But you're going to read something in your report you might find confusing, so I'm going to explain it the best I can to you. When you have an air conditioning unit and you replace it, certain standards now are in place that weren't in place before. So outside you have a compressor or a condenser unit, and that was the original from 2005. It's a Lennox, and it's a 3-ton, and it seems like it's in fair condition right now. But the inside unit was replaced in 2015. When they replaced it with the Carrier, which is okay, nothing wrong with Carrier. And although the system is working, it's cooling and heating and doing what it's supposed to, these are 2 different brands and they're 2 different ages. So here's side one is, part one of the story would be, a lot of people when they replace equipment in their house, sometimes they'll do it on the side. You know what I mean? It'll be like less expensive that way. And I think that's what happened here. They did it on the side, and it just means that you might end up having to replace the outside one in a few years, and the other one is still going to be new. So you just have to make sure that when you replace the outside one, that it's with the same brand, Carrier.
Because the same brand.
Same size.
Yeah,
That way the technician can make sure they're compatible. Because these 2 units are technically incompatible.
I see.
Means they'll work together, but they may not work together as well as if they were manufactured the same year and the same brand. Okay? Any questions?
No.
Okay.
This stuff pretty good.
Okay, good. Now the other stuff I have, everything else on the air conditioner, by the way, checked out okay. One of the things you want to do quickly is put a filter in the system, just so you know. There's no filter in it now. It gets replaced at the bottom of the air handling unit in the garage for the air condition. Okay, what happened was when they replaced this unit inside, they neglected to put a filter is all. And they probably didn't talk to anybody about it, so that's why, because it's new, it's just put in not long ago. Now the other stuff you're going to read is electrical. There's a handful of items electrical. All of these are minor items, but are important items, and you can either have someone you know do this work or an electrician. My report will say electrician, because that's what I'm supposed to say. But basically, there are receptacles or outlets called ground fault. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Okay. They're the ones with the button in the middle.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All your outside ones and your garage ones right now are not protected.
Okay.
What that means is that an electrician would have to trace why and then make sure they're ground fault protected. Now there's a handful of them, but my guess is that the outlet in the garage at the back wall may have been changed from a GFI one to a regular one. And when they did that, didn't realize that the outside ones, the one at the front, the one at the back, and the one at the other side, was all on the same wire.
I see.
So my guess is you probably will have to put in one of those receptacles in the garage, and then the rest should become protected. So have someone check it,
Okay.
and if that works, great. If it doesn't work, then those outlets are about $15 each, and there's 3 of them outside, and there's at least 5 of them in the garage.
Okay.
All right? Now, one other thing on the electrical on the left side inside the garage wall, someone added or installed additional outlets, 4 of them. The installation is not right. The wiring is wrong. So the solution is if you don't need them,
Thank you.
have them take it off.
Uh-huh.
All right? You can have it corrected, but you know what? You can remove it too.
Of course.
Big picture for this house, I think it's in good condition. Just maintain it like the way you maintain your house now when you come here. There's nothing outstanding that makes me worry about anything. All the appliances seem to work that I was able to run. And that's about it. Do you have questions about anything?
Okay, so, okay, about the air conditioner. I have a question. Okay, how long do you think the unit outside, as long as it's not compatible with the inside one, will give service? Or do you think that I should take care of it as soon as possible?
Here's what my opinion is this. If they had done this with a unit that would have been a little bit younger, I would say, hard to say, but it will shorten the life. But this unit has already gotten through the majority of its life, so it may last as long as it would have lasted with the other one inside. It's just this one's maybe got 1 to 3 years or 2 to 4 years outside, which is what you're asking me, that I would normally give it. So if it's mismatched and there's a possibility that it would die sooner, it will probably be more like 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 years.
Okay.
All right, but you just should be aware of the fact that it's done that way, so that when when you read it in the report, you remember we talked about it, and B, when your air conditioning guy comes and you have it serviced yourself, some of the air conditioning guys might say, you know, someone should have told you about this unit. That's why I'm explaining it.
Okay.
So now you know the story.
Alright.
There you get the whole story.
Okay,
All right. Did you have more questions?
that's it.
Oh, very easy to work with.
Yeah.
But you know you can call me. I'm not skipping town. So Rose is going to give us a business card at the end, and she'll make sure you have my number. And Renee, if I ever do you wrong,
Any question you have?
Not really. I mean, you're just gonna pretty much.
But that explain most of them, you know.
Yeah.
very clear.
It's a pretty good. I mean, he normally has a lot more to go over.
Yeah.
So.
no, it's a good inspection. There's nothing here that's not typical.
Okay.
I mean, if I drive to a house that's older than 5 years,
For how long do I have to have this all done?
as for all the repairs, that's your timetable.
I see. Okay.
I'm not really here to
So
tell you
you're
how to
not
do it.
coming back to inspect. That what I-
Not unless you want me to for some reason, or that trip to Hollywood we've been planning for the last 10 minutes. If you decide to take it with me, but otherwise, you call me if you need me,
Okay.
questions or what have you. Okay.
Certainly
Thank
will.
you, Paul.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
So,